Welcome to another episode of Terry's Notes, and today we are going to be looking at the June 2015 paper, question 8. So this is usually the critical thinking question on the paper, right? So you have a sequence of figures made up of equilateral triangles called unit triangles with unit sides. So when we say unit triangles with unit sides, we mean the length of the sides equal to 1, right? The first three figures in the sequence are shown below. So what you have to do is to try to look at the pattern and figure out what is, in this case we're looking at figure 4. Alright, so we started off with one triangle, and if you notice, we added on this piece here, right, in figure 2. So then in figure 3 now, we added on this piece here. Right, so what we need to do now is to draw what happens after, right, which is figure 4. So what you do, you draw the last figure, which was figure 3, like this. You have to excuse the drawing here. Alright, so this is figure 3 that I just redrew here. So now, let's see how we do this. We're gonna have to come here, right? And we're gonna have to do this, come here, do this, right? Alright, so this is figure 4. Alright, so visually you just have to look and I try to identify what the pattern is. Now we come to the fun part that gives many students trouble. Right? Usually you have to recognize a pattern within this diagram, right, or this table. So we have the first figure, figure 1. And they told you the number of unit triangles that we have is 1, and then they come on and tell you the number of unit sides that we have is given by this, right? Now the first, between column 1 and column 2, you notice that this is 2 and this is 4, so therefore all we are doing, we are squaring. So we're saying 2 squared will give me 4. This is the third figure, and if we square, we're going to get 9. So therefore, if in the case of the fourth figure, we should get 4 squared, which is 16. Right? So we can work out these two columns here in the meantime. So if this is 144, it means that the figure we were looking at would be the square root of 144, which is 12. Right? For in the case of 25, it will be 25 squared, which is 225. 625. Right, so this is 625. So if we have a figure n, then this should be n squared. Right? So this pattern was easy to recognize. To get the number of unit triangles, we just square which figure it is. So 1 squared will give me 1, 2 squared will give me 4, 3 squared is 9, right? And so on. Now the number of unit sides now, we have to try to recognize a pattern using this piece of information they gave us here. So if you look at it, look at this one, this one, and this one. Right? Don't look at the final answer. Don't look at 3, 9, or 18 as yet. Right? But if you look at what they are doing in the brackets, you notice that what is changing as we move from one to the next. Like here, we have 1, 2, and 3. The first number is remaining the same, and the last number is remaining the same. Right? So the 3 is the same throughout, and the 1 is the same throughout. But look at this is also changing. 1, 2, 3. So in this case here, for figure 4, it should be 3 multiplied by 4 in brackets multiplied by 4 plus 1 all over 2. Right, and that will give me 4 3s are 12. 4 3s are 12 plus, 12 multiplied by 5, 60 divided by 2, and I will get 30. Right, so if we want to work out for figure 12, it'll be 3 multiplied by 12 to 12 plus 1. Right, so let me make sure I'm looking at this properly. This is multiply and this is plus, yes. All over 2, and this will give me 12 3s are 36 multiplied by 13 divided by 2. I get 234. Right, so this is 234. For this one, it'll be 3 multiplied by 25 by 25 plus 1 all over 2, and that will give me 3 multiplied by 25 is 75 multiplied by 26 divided by 2. I get 975. 975, right? And therefore the general formula then would be 3 multiplied by n into n minus 1, n plus 1 all over 2. Alright, this one was not too bad. I've seen some of them that can be very tricky. Okay,